So welcome folks. Everything I'm sharing is educational purpose only. I am not here giving anyone any trade or for any financial advice. This is all educational purpose only. So do you guys see my desktop? Yes, no? Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. You see the current market on CNBC. If you go in the market CNBC, it looks like current future is a 627 around about 10 minutes. This is a good website. Those who is new to try to see what's really happening in the market. But it looks like the future is open and future is gap down. So you can, by looking at this, you can see tomorrow looks like it might be a blood day. So as far as being blood day, that we know anything could happen. Anything could happen. So be ready. Don't expect that market. Honestly, the biggest thing happened because of what Trump did. You can see tariff and Mexico, Canada. So if you are in WhatsApp group that I have shared with you, that how is this going to affect? It's going to affect pretty much everyone on the consumers level. Whatever product we buy, some of the industry is going to be affected big time. If you have not read it, please do read that article or that some of those snippet I shared in that WhatsApp group. If you are not part of that group, that this post in the group in there in the chat, I will share that group. Okay, now back to what's coming ahead. So one of the things that if you look at it this week and what happened on the whole week, this last week, Nasdaq is 1.6% went down. With Nasdaq was on a roll to go upside, but Friday things happened, and everybody saw that when Trump announced this, and just it could not handle the market, the momentum, it all started going down. Although the earnings, some of the earnings came out pretty well. So what did that mean is going to happen this coming week? You come to S&P was well, S&P was down, Nasdaq down, and then Dow was pretty much all down. Year to date, if you're looking at that, starting January, that we are closing the month of January, that still S&P is on a roll to going upside. So let's see if S&P can keep up the momentum. But some of the macroeconomics level that you should keep an eye, either to the GDP. According to this country, the GDP looks like in our GDP is growing higher. Q4 was 24. This coming year, market is expecting that it's going to stay above 2% GDP. If GDP stay above 2%, still we are in good shape as far as economy, okay, macroeconomic. Now, those who is looking at that, hey, instead of putting my money in individual stock, what might happen with S&P? S&P, if you can look at it, this Q3 2024 and Q4 24, S&P EPS growth and estimates. According to that, the estimate economists are saying that this coming year, S&P is on a roll to go higher. So in the past, if you have been looking at what happened in 2024, that most of the weight was carried by big cap, where Microsoft, Google, Nvidia, those are the 7, 10 companies are the one took the most of the weight. This coming year, you are going to be seeing that money is shifting in some of the different companies based on their earning, based on their growth, based on where they're at. So with that, I can tell you what's going to happen. But this is where when we started, those who took the class today early on, that we do some technical analysis, look at fundamental, you have to look at fundamental of the company, that how healthy their leadership, how healthy their product pipeline, and then also projected something we call projected growth. It's forward coming up this coming year. So every time whenever you are going to see the earnings coming up, try to listen and understand what are they saying their forward guidance. In the forward guidance, if they're giving the CEO or CFO, they're giving cautionary words that say, hey, we feel like we'll have a challenge because of this. And hence they will not be able to meet the market expectation. What market is expecting stock is going to be tanking. Now, what we have seen, what happened to Microsoft last week. So with that, you can see that when last week the Fed came up that they're not reducing the rate, not cutting the rate. So Fed is, you can see with that federal funds rate is staying around in between around 4.2% around there. And Fed this year expected that to cut one cut or two cut, but with the way they're saying they will put on hold those existing cuts. So if that's the case, that you will honestly, so as an investor that you need to see what companies, remember as I said, company projecting companies are looking into what are the grow and then just diversify your portfolio. But Fed on PCE that this is also core inflation, this one is like the inflation target is around 2%. If Fed keep this for a while, they are on a roll that based on what you saw, that GDP and the growth and economy looks strong, they can come back to around this rate. So we'll find out very soon. So now what's going to happen? I think I did share with you guys in some of one of the WhatsApp room. Just take a look at it, that earnings are coming up. But before earnings coming up, let's see what are we seeing on SPY. But if you look at SPY, it's 3 months ago, January did, but since started, what happened October, November, December, that based on what happened last year, you can see SPY every month it was going all time high. It touched. So it's a time for market about 10%. Whenever market does correction, around 10% correction. So it's almost about time also for market a little bit cool down. If it's cool down, what is going to happen? We do not know, but we have seen in the past it came down here. You see that around here. It can come down or it's all depends how hard it's going to be. So tomorrow we know market is going to be having shocking because whenever incidents like this happen, especially that news or White House, what they're going to come up with, nobody can tell. That time technical doesn't work anymore. Just because of the news is a catalyst driven. Hence, tomorrow we might see that it might come down to, if it is, those who are doing S&P, it can come down to around below, around here, because it depends. Let's see how hard it's taken. Okay. It's time. Oh, let me check. Well, let's see what's the next. And QQQ and NASDAQ. What are we seeing? No, I'm not going to go in there. I'm going to go straight to Tesla. Those who look. I know some of you probably texted me with the Tesla. So on the Tesla, what's going to happen? We do not know, but we have seen Tesla, what Tesla do. Every time Tesla can pull back is 365. If you remember the range I shared, Tesla come within that range, it's a good buy to buy it. And then there are other indicators also I shared in the room, those in that room earlier, that in the paid room that I mentioned, and look, what are the product that Tesla is coming up. Then I do think Tesla has a strong the product in the pipeline. Hence, I don't think that you should be really sweating too much in Tesla overpriced because they have a good, healthy product in there. And some TC, I see that somebody does some TC. But again, tomorrow, if I were you, that I would not get panicked. Let's see, wait till 9:30 till 10 o'clock, 10:30. See in that 1 hour what really happens to the market. So if you have some of the stock and you feel like that, hey, I am at a profit, that tonight you can put some of the price target to sell. The target is like, if you have Tesla, if you're at the profit Tesla around 412 or 412, 420, just sell because you do not know what's going to happen if you are the profits. But if you are not at profit, you are lost, you might buy at the high around here, then you just don't think of buying anymore. However, that if market pull back and then tomorrow is going to be get hard. If it is hard, you might see next 2 to 3 days. This is the battle between China, Canada, Mexico. This White House has a tendency to start doing the battle and you heard what President Trump said. He doesn't care what other happens, and he doesn't care what happens in the stock market. And meanwhile, as an investor, you do not want to get slaughtered. That lose 10%, 20% of your capital. If I were you also, I'd rather take a few percent loss, 2%, 3%, and sit with the cash. Because when market pull back more, you need to have enough cash, unless you have those cash accessible at your hand. All right. So nobody knows what's going to happen with the Tesla or stock. And then was that earlier who said next? Can you guys read out what was that?
MTC.
Or SMTC. Okay, Arif, I'm going to make you also co-host if you can let other people get in. And I see Mr. Bajwa also here. So while I'm doing this, let other people get in, and then let me share SMTC. Let me see what I see with SMTC. Is this one Samtech Corporation? Let's see what we see Samtech. Samtech weekly, you can see that I think it looks like it gapped down last week. It has a big came down. And if I'm looking at daily, that last Friday or Thursday, Friday, it tried to turn around. But because of this catalyst, news catalyst, you will see people are going to be honestly, tomorrow, just because it happened because of the catalyst. Technical, a lot of the time, technical doesn't work when news like this happens. It can come down to around 49. But if I were, if the company, the fundamental, it's a good price that it pulled back at 753. So by looking at this, I do see that if it comes down to around, it can touch this 50 price. If it does, if you really believe in this company, and I would just think, see, and knowing what other whole AI and the war between happening with NVIDIA and others, just I would either add some, because if you know that, these are the product already fundamental you learned, so it can turn around. But I see that here is the big gap, 53, and here it can come down to here in the big candle around 47. So if thing gets worse below 50, if it goes below 50, it's going to touch around 47, 33 around that price, and just sit tight with your cash. Okay. Any other stock that you guys have in mind? Microsoft. I know there are some people asked Microsoft. And you have Microsoft. You saw that Microsoft when Microsoft touched. If you see repeatedly, whenever usually in the class this morning, I said, how do you know the support? If you see, we just draw the line here. Okay. Oh, my mouse is acting funny. So sorry. I just now I get I have a okay, delete it. Come on. No, come on. Okay, let's not get in there. The way my mouse is acting funny, but here, what happened to Microsoft? To draw, sometimes I usually I don't draw this, but yeah, here, some of this line usually gives me what it's going to happen, because it is 50 EMA, 200 EMA, and 8 days and 21 days EMA I have sitting around here. So with that here, sometimes I can see that it went to below, you see the some of the price target is 420 next to Microsoft. Come on, this. There's a 411. Microsoft, I think last week we did say that look at all those that in the paid room, I say support 1, support 2, support 3. Watch that. It can touch 410, and it can, I do see that tomorrow's market, Microsoft can come down. It's a big candle. It can touch 385. It's a big candle happened before. It can come down that price. It all depends how quickly market reacts. And if it is, then be careful on that. Okay.
Mostly these averages that you have, they are for what, 20 days moving average?
In the 50, 200 days, 50 days, 21 days, 9 days. Okay. Those who is following Fibonacci, this is the Fibonacci behind the scene math.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Okay. And I use EMA.
So Brother Moshi, if the Microsoft would touch to 385, you're saying that's a good buy?
Microsoft, yes. Microsoft 385 touching a good buy. If you have something for long term, because Microsoft is very strong company, it's going to pay. You see that Microsoft touch 468. There are some company overpriced. I will not pay this price, but I'll pay 385. It's like your long-term account, just buy it, sit there. It's going to turn around. Okay. And you saw that in macroeconomics that still economy looks strong. And because what Microsoft is doing, that's that they are reducing their employee operating cost by using AI and technology. Where if they are reducing their operating cost, that means they're going to be their shareholder equity is going to go higher. If that happens, they will produce profit. If that produce profit as an investment is going to come back, stock is
Okay.
going to come back to over 450 again. Okay. And then you have seen Microsoft is also one of the player who's going to be investing $500 billion more with AI battle.
Mhm.
It's a good one. So a good buy if it touches around the price. Somebody else, can somebody read me what was anybody asked for any tickers to look at?
NVDA, somebody asked for.
NVIDIA, thank you. NVIDIA, that's what we say. NVIDIA, we know it's a battle. And we said if NVIDIA touch below 120 for your long-term account, it's not bad. And remember, I told all of you guys, those who is in the paid room, also that you own NVIDIA, just sell it. If it touch over 50, just sell it, sit there, wait for pullback. So now is your turn that if you see tomorrow, by looking at NVIDIA, I know that the market is going to come down to NVIDIA. You'll see it will touch, you see here, 100. I would not be surprised NVIDIA touching 100. If it touch, it's awesome buy. Just buy it, sit there. Okay? Because of the panic attack happening in the market. And if something news coming with the DeepSeek, Alibaba AI is another way China is going to be pressuring US market, but they are now also taking the upper hand with their AI market. So if that's happened, the companies like they are going to get more hammered. So if it happens, you can see that it touched 92. So first, it's going to be around 110. Then here, around 130, 103, 10. If it touch that, then it's going to go below 100. It's like see 100, and if it does, it can touch 90. But sure, I had been playing with DeepSeek also. I thought, let's see what it is, and then that's whole different session this week. You're going to be seeing that I will put in the AI room that what's my funding of the DeepSeek and what I'm doing, what other AI, Notion and Anthrop and Gemini, everyone have their plus and minus. But at the end, as a consumer, you just have to use the best tool for the right job. What other stock we have in the pipeline? Anyone has anything else?
Which by APLD?
That's our favorite, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, PLD. I shared my feeling. I own this stock and I know this one as I've been doing my due diligence and PLD touched 7. You remember below 7, it did touch at some point when it was going down. I said, if it's my buying price started around $8 somewhere.
Same here. Yeah. Same here.
So slowly, if it's down. I don't add too much, very little I'm adding, but I'm going to be average down. APLD based on what happened to the market, I do see that APLD has around 618. It
Mhm.
can touch 615, 615. If it does, I'll just put some buy orders, sit there. Right?
Gotcha.
Currently, I'm doing a DCA, but I'm not giving up APLD. You can see that APLD has $11 over $10 you're going to be touching. So I'm looking at, hey, I would rather put this company is like NVIDIA and other companies investing some of the small company. And this year focus is investors are putting their money with the mid and small business. If that's the case, these are the good potential to go higher. Those
Sure.
who is in corporate world that I was used to work for Accenture, that in Accenture management consulting. So in the management consulting, that what we do, that we look into more business strategy, mergers and acquisition, those type of thing for business who is struggling. Other big players coming in, invest some money and change the business strategy, let them grow and grow their money, and then sometimes they go exit and in mergers and acquisition. So when I'm looking at a PLD, Applied Digital Corporation, what they're doing in technology world and why we're seeing other big players are putting their money. So they know that current administration or even before current administration, they have been focusing on helping the medium size and the smaller business. So Big players sometimes try to get a piece of those pie. That's when they invest and they try to stake of the biggest stake of the business. So why not I just stick with it, right? So tomorrow, I think you guys going to see on our website, those who has not going on the website, look at this. Okay, this is something that we still have some time there. Keep an eye on this. It's like one day tomorrow is going to be expired. This one, I'll send. I know someone going to be tell me later on how do I get there. But here, when you go there, you'll say let's explore all events. On one of the events you're going to be seeing tomorrow, one of the gentlemen, Adishek, he's there. Read his profile here. You will see what he's coming from McKinsey. He's going to be saying what McKinsey is known very well in data and AI, and he's leading that effort. He's a partner with the organization, but you'll see that he's going to be talking about what business is doing and then how they are impacting the data and AI and to transition their business in the next joined the tomorrow night. He's going to be at 10, 9, and 10 and o'clock. So the reason I'm saying that time, you can ask some of the business like this, whoever is investing is that, hey, why do I put in what do you know about industry? And this company, instead of asking him question about the stock, think about what is a PLD and company that you are thinking to invest. Just say, hey, this is what I see. Do you feel like it's still business going to be spending money in technology here, or they will be investing money to build their capacity? That way they can say reduce their workforce and increase their profit margin, right? That's exactly what Microsoft on a couple of weeks ago, Microsoft said they are send this email to all of their employees. They are going to be looking at their employees, their performance, and their job is going to be depend on how the performance is happening. Okay. So nowadays, it's not all you do one job and you do very well. It don't work like that. So back to what I just shared, this one, I know those who joined today, we said, hey, still have a special. In this special thing is like just that this coming weekend, we're going to be doing, you said that doing 250 people we're going to be feeding. My goal is see if I can get 10, 15 people come and donate to our charity. That way we can cover some of the expense, what we are going to have. So donate the amount, anyone to anywhere, some are 299 to and above, and we are zakat eligible. We are the pretty much 501c. You'll get your tax receipt right away. And then daily you all the stuff what I am telling you, the what happens to the market, we'll give you alert. We'll let you know what market happening. That is all real time. That's not like and then you do not have to worry about, oh, hey, what my friend told me and so on and so on. So back to the chart. Yeah, any other stock that you guys want me?
AMD, please.
AMD. Okay. I like this AMD based on what AMD happened and where it is at. Their fundamental is very strong, and I think their earnings also are coming up. I do think that AMD is going to come up, beat that expectation this time. What happened comparing last time? So if that's the case, AMD, just watch AMD did touch before it went below 100. If it does, because of market tomorrow is going to be there, I do see that AMD, you see the 130, it might touch around here, 107 around here. See 107 on this time. If it does, it's a very good buy. Just buy, sit there. Okay. But here it can touch 94. If it goes below 100, this really good sale. Good sale, just buy it. It's going to pay you off back. Okay. I am that. And the CEO of AMD, she's a trooper. She will come up with a strategy how she's going to be turn the company around. So we have seen the last year that AMD didn't do what expected. If you look at last year, it was around 190 around this range AMD. But because in last year, since April, it came down, it's just going downhill. So and with the current battle, AMD has, just like NVIDIA, it's not going to be that easy that it can say, oh, it can stay, but I stay above this price line. 105 is one huge mark sitting there. If AMD cannot stay because of tomorrow market, 105, AMD can come down to that 91, 98, around 94 range. The big key for AMD tomorrow in the current battle, C105. So if somebody or some of you want to say, you know what, I am busy with my work, what number I put it, I would put 105 and just move on. 105.41. See that? And just if you get it, you got a very good deal. Any other stock that you'd like me take a look at?
Okulo, please.
Can you give me the ticker?
Yeah, is there OKLO?
Okay, what do they do?
They are nuclear energy reactor and
Oh
Sigma
man,
is one
I
invested
can
here.
see they have the way they are flying is like crazy. You see the since
Yeah.
September.
Yeah, Sam Altman invested and
Yes. So if you own it and you're going to see that it's going to, because of this market pressure, it's coming back to here, 25, 26, and it touched 36. And I do see that if it pull back tomorrow, it's going to be pulled back around 36 area. If it is stay this coming week around 34, 6 area, it will going to try to do another pull. Depending on market momentum, it can try to stay about 40, it's to all-time high. Else, if it's pulled back, that fast is going to stay around 36. Then it can come between in that range. Then it just needs to prove that it can stay around this price. I see in the past it did 28, that around 28, and it stayed for a while. So depending on how long this battle is going to happen with the market and all the other country, I would not be surprised to see it coming back to around that range.
okay, thank you.
And it looks like their earnings also coming up on March, February 24th, around that time. So if you have it, you have profit, just take your profit and sit there. At least take your capital out. Sit there and just see what happens. All right. Any other
No, yes, you can, please.
signal?
After the earnings went down, I couldn't get it to hit that my price
Okay.
target. But
This is your chance. Yeah. Signal. What's the CGNA?
no,
No. What is the signal?
let me check 1 second.
Who knows the signal ticker? Signal, CIGN, the signal group? No, that's not enough.
I have it in my watch list. 1 second.
CI? Is it CI?
I
CI?
think it's something like that. Let me see.
The signal group. Is this one?
Yeah, CI, the signal group. Yeah.
Yeah, looks like in the last 2 weeks it was trying to come back.
Yeah.
79 and monthly it's a big fight. So because tomorrow market, I would not say I would be surprised signal can pull back to again 270 range. You see here, it can come back.
That's a good price to buy.
270 is good at 269, 270. That is a good price to get it.
Awesome. Thank you.
It's for the short term or long term to buy?
And by looking at a company, this is a long-term company. It's not that. So the short-term signal that it used to be 340 in its range. If I'm looking at, I think it's still there. All-time high is around 340 range. Can signal come back to 249? You can see a lot of time stocks like this, they do the zigzag. Because of this battle, it can come back to 240 also. If you're looking at short-term, long-term for your retirement, 240 is awesome price to buy. Sit there. Meta, how is Meta doing? Oh, look at this guy. This is crazy. This is where you are going to be seeing that stock like this, it cannot sustain. So it made a V shape. It came down. It came going all the way. It touched 700. It's pulling back. So tomorrow you'll see stock like these are going to get a hit big. Okay. And we know that Meta is celebrating because of the TikTok and all this battle is happening also. Netflix. Why do you say Netflix? Netflix has the earnings, very good earnings, and it just went all time crazy. It was ready to come 1,000 that it did. I think at some point in the room, I did mention you'll see Netflix, depending on the earning, it can go over 1,000. It can touch 1,000. If it does 1,000, it just clicks. Netflix is coming up with all the crazy number, but stock like these is going to be get hammered enough that way. It needs to cool down. It needs to come back to around, you see the 700, 696 is the range. it's going to come. It's just a matter of time. 7:37, and then it's going to come. This. What happened? Where? So that's how we said, watch out. And Google is still, it's all-time high. Google all-time high over 200 is all-time high. Google is going to be cool down. And those who already stayed with me before, I said, honey, Google was around 165. Remember 165 around this time. We said, just buy it, hold. It's going to turn around. It's going to turn around. So anything Google about 190, 200, just sell. If you have it, sell. Do not be greedy. Just get out. Tomorrow, and the earnings is going to be big battle. It doesn't matter how good the earnings. If this war is happening with the tariff, everyone, these companies are the one going to get hammered big time. Okay? So you want to wait when it come back to, again, a good price around 170, 180, in the range. Instead of zigzag, it's going to come down. It's going to come here, 151. So depending on how bad this battle, it can come back to 151 range. Okay? Okay. Costco. What's the ticker for Costco? CSCO, right? Something. Yeah, if you know the ticker, it's going to be easier because I don't remember all those tickers. CSCO, yep. Costco is also. Did they have a split? Oh, no, that's Cisco. COST cost. COST. Yep. Thank you. Thank you for waking up. I know it's your nap time for you. You're very quiet today. We don't see you that much. I'll talk to you later. Anyway, that here, Costco is 1,000 touched. It's time to pull back. Costco, we know that business model is very well, but how long it can sustain? You see, Harman. It's a great company, but I would not buy Costco now. Just wait to come back. It will come back around here. 877. Is that here? 877, 883 is going to come back. That time, if you really want to get into, that will give you a chance to get into Costco. Comparing in those wholesale industry and then Home Depot, I think those who stayed with us before, we talked about, look at the company like Home Depot. It got pulled back. Now it's a very good momentum going up. So last 3 months, it did very well. That now, because of this market area, the earnings coming up, I would just wait not to get in any of this high expensive stock.
Even the tariffs are going to impact Home Depot, right?
Yes.
And all the lumber and everything coming from Canada.
That's come from Canada, correct?
Yeah.
That's huge. I think that if you are in the room, I mentioned, look at these companies, they're going to get affected. Auto industry is going to get affected. And those who are not in our WhatsApp group, please do join. And then let me see if I have the link. I'll share the link later on. Then if somebody can share the link, please do share the link with the team here. But there, which you shared earlier, I shared the 3 different points and the industries that are going to get affected. This is one of them, industry. Auto industry, infrastructure.
Mushibai, quick question. If we say that these tariffs are going to impact these home builders and all these companies who are involved with raw materials and stuff like that for home building, that's going to negatively impact it. But with the fires in California, they're looking to build like 30,000 houses or something like that. So that's a plus, right? So how do you weigh that?
Yes, exactly. But at the end, who's paying for it? Houses in California, who's going to pay for it? Insurance.
Yeah, there's going to be federal government subsidies and stuff like that.
Insurance. So some of them are going to get affected, right? So at the end of the day, there are certain things you cannot stop. But those with the consumer, that if they're spending might slow down, they say, you know what, I'm going to wait till they want to get things that cheaper. So let's see how long this battle goes.
So I think institutional sales would still be stimulated by all these things.
But yes, but that will affect your insurance, cost of your insurance. Because at the end, they're going to translate that to us, the consumers.
Insurance is already a crime in New Jersey, right? You know that.
Yeah, so it's more. They're going to increase the house, the homeowners insurance, just because of this kind of thing. I see that with my insurance. I have umbrella, and then they increased from last month to this month over $100, $120.
Forget that. The day my daughter came of driving age.
Don't even tell me that. Don't even tell me, man.
Trust me. You know the pain. You know the pain.
My daughter graduated from college, and the son is still in 30 in college. The moment I added them in my insurance, I still remember me and my wife used to pay $100 a month.
See, from $980 for 6 months, we went straight to 3,200. Go figure.
I know them. That's why we love our family. We just do so much stuff for them. So
Mushbai, recently there was a pump and dump on Chinese liberal education stock. Actually, it's CLEU. So, is there any chances that the price may come back again?
CRE,
C as in cat, CLEU.
EU,
Yeah,
right?
CLEU.
Yeah, China level, all this education.
Yeah.
This kind of thing, yeah. China, they do a lot of pump and dump. Holy cow, it's 20 cents. It from 27 cents it down so much.
Overnight from
Okay.
7 to 1
Yeah, I see that this is a huge volume came in now. So it's all we can say that in the room, I know that many of you are so much afraid of telling you which is stop sharing the penny. What I say, I have some others in the room. They have something when they go penny, they just looking at buying their lunch money, lunch or grocery money. They buy it, and then if it goes 10% down, they're out. If they make whatever money they put it, if they make 20%, 25%, they're out. So I'm not sure where you're at on this kind of penny. Just have a mentality, something like that. It don't go forever. But anyone who is doing penny, they got burned so much. I got burned also. But some of them, you know what, I'm not going to touch some of these, but some company in penny stock that I am still in, some of you in private, are you still in? I said, I'm still in, but I'm not adding anymore. I'm just sitting. And it's so small money that if I load it. But because
Okay.
it has a technology and some other company that I read that I think it has a chance to come back in even 6 months. So then I don't lose anything. Just let it sit.
Got it. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
but don't put, if you do any of the penny stock, don't put no more than 10% of your portfolio value. Just those are like, think of that you're making your lunch money, right?
Yeah, sure. No, it's a lesson learned. So that's the reason I'm here now.
Yeah.
And joined your paid group as well.
So Mushibai, I got 3 for you. VST, CEG, and WBA.
Let's do B as a boy.
No, VST, V as in Victor, S as in Sam, T as in Tom.
Okay, Bistra Corporation. I heard about this company.
Yeah,
It's-
they're into energy big time.
Yes, and I've seen, if you look at it, I see that there is sometimes in the room, in the paid room I mentioned, look at some of the big, even today, I shared with you guys, look at, see, Vanguard, New York City, how much money they're putting on the retirement money in some of the companies. So these are included. Okay.
Mhm.
And I see that some big money came in on Vista and stuff. But still, if you look at that amount, so we just know whenever I'm sharing the Vanguard and all the big companies, they deal with $1 billion. They
Right.
can move the market. If now, let's say Vanguard and tomorrow, like Fidelity says, we like what Vanguard is doing because this is all the CE open, you can find out. So, and then if they coming in, they can push it to all-time high at 9. You see the 198, 90 touch. It can go over 200 because it all depends on Trump policy. What are they going to do in this industry, energy industry, right?
Yeah, because I think that it fell almost 6.25% on Friday.
Yeah.
Um,
So Friday, Friday, everything is going to get hammered, right? Now we know
Right.
that this is all happened news driven. But as far as company fundamentally, say since last year, August, is just made a very good high rise.
That's what I was thinking. Do we take these as opportunities when these stocks are going down?
Yes, awkward. That's why we said, you look at if it's come down to, it can come down depending on how bad the battle. It can touch around 137. If it touch 137, it's a very good buy. Buy it.
Got it.
137. But if you have it, take your profit, run. and
No,
just
I
at
don't.
least-
I wish I did. But yeah.
Yeah, but you do not want to buy at this price. That's why I think some of you said, I mentioned this morning, even including my brother, when NVIDIA, I have a lot of brothers. We are from 5 of us and one sister. So that was a big family. Oh yeah, I'm buying this. I said, why would you buy these? And it doesn't, NVIDIA was 140, the 4550, because their friend told them that it can touch again 400. And then I said, stop listening to your friends. Just that's not. That's why a lot of people we always hear they brag about it. Do not just brag. Listen, do your own due diligence. This can come down. It's going to come down 137, 38, 5. I see that because the market pressure is going to happen and it's all time high. How long this can survive? But although we know some stuff that you shared, you are in a paid room. I shared what my reason why Tesla or some company still has a strong momentum to go higher, right? So if
Right.
it's pullback, it's a temporary pullback, take it. It just is giving you opportunity, come in. But don't go too crazy about buying too many because it's just wet. It can go down. Tesla can cool down also depending on how he mess it up with whole federal fight. If he does, Elon is making his political life with his business, he mix it up, then Tesla investor going to be suffering. Okay.
True.
So
True.
here back to here on Vista, look at this. It's just it can come, it's cool down. When it can come, ideal prices. If I were you, I'll just say, let's see if it comes to 113. You see here? It will come.
Mushba, when I asked you this question this morning regarding the support and resistance, this morning when we were discussing, so is it advisable to look at the daily chart, or what should be the duration of that, of what you're looking?
No, like here on the left side is the MA. Moving average, and this is 9 days. Moving average, 89 days. Each one has a color. You see this line has a color.
Right.
It's a 9 days, 89 days. I have 34 days. It's a 34 days, this one. Okay. It goes back open and close. The open price and close price, and then it does all the math for you. And it gives me, okay, now I can see because it high going high, it can, if it can, this is why I said, if it tomorrow, if you see it come down, this candle, it goes below this candle. I'm looking at monthly, like weekly, look at weekly. At weekly, it seemed like at some point, when market pulled back, that it came down. This stock came down around 133, 34, right? So that will be for you all. This is awesome. It can come down to here, 124 tomorrow, this week. I'm looking at weekly. So when I'm looking at 9 days moving average, so last 9 days, at some point, it touched this. So by looking at it, I say short term, it can come down 124. Okay.
So it is ideal to have 9-day moving average, 20 days moving average.
Yes, correct. Because this is how it knows whenever you see that when I said support 1, support 2, support 3, that
Right.
if you see that it touches support 1, when I give you TM in technical analysis in the room and whatever ticker it is, right? And then it's, oh no, it touched support 1 and you really want to go get it, then and then I mentioned at the top, short-term trend is downward. That means it's going to go touch the next support. Okay.
Got it. Got it.
So this is how we know now. We
Yeah,
know
you did.
the technique.
I think the other one was the same thing, CAG, which was in the energy sector also.
CAG, it doesn't find it.
CEG. CEG.
CAG. Constellation Energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, by looking at it, same thing happened. It's also same happened last week at some point because of all the battle happened, and it came down to 250, and now it's staying 299 range. So I do see that if I'm looking monthly, it's also all-time high. That it touched all-time high at some point. It was trying to go over to 350, but it pulled back. So because of this weekly battle, it can come back to again this price, 258. And I would not buy this, right? The other one also. You see last week, big sell-off.
Big sell-off. Okay.
So it tells me that it can come down to 238. It will be, that's something, 237 this price. If you really want to get into it, just put it by price for a few of them. See if you get it around 236, 237.
Got it. Okay. Thank you. The last one I had was Walgreens.
What's the ticker?
The WBA.
WBA, Walgreens. Oh, we know that Walgreens is like got hammered.
Yeah, it got really hammered last week.
Yeah. And the earnings did not help. I think in the room I mentioned, if you can get Walgreens before 10, below 10, it's a good price. Just buy it, sit there. It's going to turn around. But now again, with this current battle happen, I do see that it can turn. If it gets pull back, then here next candle, it tells me 877, it can come down around that price. So that's a good buy if you can get it below $9.
Got it. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
And we know this coming week, Palantir is earnings coming in. So those Palantir's lover, you know that this company is all time going higher and higher. It just needs to cool down. So let's see what happens to earning. But as even the earnings and this, it can come back to 63 range that it touched before, 64, 63. So if it does, by any chance it goes below, it can coming back to 50 again. What a price. I'll do one more and then we'll just end it today. And those who is not in our group, just you can peer. WhatsApp me, I'll share with you the link. It's still like none of you have the link access from the WhatsApp group. But if you want to join, you can join our group in there during the day I share. But by looking at an PLC, I do see that it's a downturn, just like many other earnings are coming in sometime in March. So because of the tomorrow market, I would say it can come back to around here. You see the 678, this candle. It can touch this candle. If that candle coming, it can come down to below 7. But right now, this stock is so downturned, and I would not buy it because what? It doesn't look good. Chart looks bad.
Okay. Yeah. After COVID, it touched like $100.
Yes. All this, like Toys R Us is out of business. So you have to think of that also. Toys R Us out of business. Who are these people? Okay. Thank you everyone for joining. Again, those who is not in the group, please do support our cause. Go to the website, and if you want to join, we started a new batch. Still you have time to join the new batch. Don't lose your hard-earned money. Just get the knowledge. Okay. Thank you everybody. Have a good night. I'll see you guys.